Good evening, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. We have a full house today. Welcome back, Daryl. Hope your voice is better.
Yeah, I got a voice back, kind of. So yeah, I'm good to roll. Although
You must have almost lost it again on Sunday, bruv.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
You're not the only one. How are you doing, James? You're positively smiling today. How are you?
Monty's is here by force. He wanted to get out, but we waited till the wee hours of the morning so that we can see his face.
All I'm saying is, yeah, all the recordings that we've done, yeah, I know you've done a wash. And that Liverpool shirt is not the only thing you could have wore today. You chose that. You selected that out at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? It's a nice one. But you good, Lee? You good, Bevan?
All good, man.
All good, man. Yeah. I'm actually glad football's back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, for real.
Sad we're going to be gone for a couple of weeks, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll find something to cover that. But this week we will cover Man United losing to Liverpool at home again. Arsenal versus Brighton. Newcastle.
Why? Can you stop doing that when United lose? Can you respect me, please? I beg you. Why is it me, bro?
Let me finish. West Ham versus Man City. And if we have time, we'll brush through Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. But I don't know. I've got a stat that I got given earlier.
Oh my god!
And I'm not sure how true it is, but I'll say it anyway. But I saw a stat
anyway
that since 2017, Mo Salah has outscored Man United 12 goals to 9.
Oh yeah. So
wow, that's
what, in Liverpool Man United contest in Old Trafford or in general.
At Old Trafford, he's got 15 goals at Old Trafford.
He's got 15 goals at Old Trafford, brother. It's a disrespect.
15 goals at Old Trafford.
15.
15.
I thought it was like 10.
Bruv, he's top 5 goal scorers at Old Trafford.
That's wild.
No, sorry, 10 at Old Trafford.
You can tell.
15 against Man United. But he's top 5 goal scorers at Old Trafford.
Let's have it right. You can tell from that stat that Salah hates playing against United. You can tell. He absolutely hates it. But we hate him just as much. I can't believe it, bro. What a miserable game to watch, mate. Honestly, 10 minutes in, I thought, wow, we've got these boys under the cosh.
Yeah, for real.
We scored after 7, though.
Bro.
What? Imagine under the cosh.
Under the cosh.
Listen.
The die was cast, bro.
Nah. To be honest, before
United started a better team, definitely, 100%. They started
before
the
the disallowed goal, I feel like we had more control. But once the disallowed goal went in, it just heads dropped. You could see the whole demeanor of the game. People were making runs and weren't getting the ball. Casemiro was, playing in his ice skates as he usually does, and he had blinkers on. It's just, the list goes on, man. It was horrible to watch at times, for most of the time, to be honest.
It was enjoyable for me, boy. It was tense. I won't lie. All right, okay. Let me be honest.
First 20
minutes, it was even. Man United gave as good as they got.
I'd say the first 10 minutes United shaded it personally. Like they had chances. They was getting the corners. They were in charge for the first 10 minutes. I reckon.
They weren't getting anything off it. I don't think the goalkeeper had a save to make in those 10 minutes though.
Yeah, so they didn't have a natural striker. That's their problem.
Yeah. That is a big issue for us, though. I said it to you at the beginning, though, James, yeah? When we went through all of this, I said to you, all right, I was obviously trolling a little bit when I was saying Xerxes top goal scorer and all that, but in truth, I put a flag in the sand and said we were 20 goals short last season of even anything near the top 4 and what they were producing last year, and we are way off that already, coming into the new season. You can see that, all right, Xerxes not had many minutes. He played probably 5 minutes in the Euros, had no preseason with us, and now started his first game, and it's against a team like Liverpool that, you could arguably say, is it the right time for him to be coming in and trying to make a real claim for that number 9 spot? I'm going to struggle really because when Højlund comes back, I don't feel like Højlund's going to look at him as competition. To be quite frank,
they're not competition. You basically sign a 6'4" striker who doesn't want to be in the box, bro.
Bro,
he doesn't want to be in the box.
You've got that guy, and he looked like he was isolated. Like there was no, he needed help. The ball was going up to me, weren't sticking, and he went straight back. And it looked like in that first half, to me, it looked like both teams were kind of there was no one really getting control for the first 20 minutes. I know Liverpool had the goal disallowed, but there was moments where like it was we break, you have the ball, give it back, we'll have the ball, and then as soon as I think there was a pass to when Casemiro made that pass, it's like you lot can't keep doing this because they're gonna score.
It's not you lot though. It's not you lot. Let's just do that because as a seasoned vet, yeah, like a man that's got all the accolades that Casemiro has, yeah, you should be able to look right and left. He's looking left and trying to pass the ball through 5 players, regardless if one of the players he couldn't quite see. If he just turned to his right-hand side, Mazraoui had acres of space. He just had to ping the ball 30 yards that way, and it would have been a different scenario. I'm not to say the whole game would have changed, but it was a lot of one-dimensional stuff. The geezer was just playing, and he weren't really pivoting. You could see that he was not press resistant. Every time he was getting the ball under pressure, he was giving me glimpses of Fred when we had Fred doing that foolishness, receiving the ball from the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. Bro, I was livid. I broke my phone. That's how mad I was. Watching it, I was like, oh my God, is he doing it again? Take him off the pitch. Like,
he gave the ball away 13 times.
Real Madrid knew what they were doing.
Of course.
When you've had Cruz and Modric next to you, you don't need to pass more than 5 yards because that's basically what he had to do. All he had to do was win the ball back, pass it to Modric or Cruz. Didn't have to be trying to do anything extravagant. The thing that made it worse, as you were saying, that his pass was so obvious where he wanted to pass the ball that anyone would have seen that.
You could read
anyone. It was too easy. And you can't play that kind of pass there anyway.
You can't, man. That's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. And the thing about it is, a man of his caliber, when you look at that point, he had 5 Liverpool players they had 5 Liverpool players almost in our half, yeah? I think you had Jota, Diaz, Salah, Trent was just on the halfway line, and there was another guy. I'm not too sure who it was in a minute. Swarovski? How do you pronounce his name again?
Szoboszlai.
Yeah, Szoboszlai. Yeah, him. So there was them 5, right? And Casemiro was on his own in the middle. You had flipping De Ligt and Martinez either side of him, and Kobe Mainoo's already making a run going forward because he's not thinking you're going to pass the ball to the left-hand side. It's congested. He's thinking you're going to open up play and we're going to be able to now press forward like we have been doing for the last however long. And he makes a car crash pass into. So from that, I kind of could see that Liverpool's tails were up because they were like, okay, and then they just started to press him. You know, like when you play.
They knew.
Like, go on.
Yeah. No, they knew where the weakness was.
Yeah.
They knew where the weakness was, and they know that he hasn't got any legs anymore.
Yeah.
And he had never been quick, but now it's heightened because he's playing in a quicker league and he's actually getting slower. It's not even just about pace; it's being able to read situations, which I found the most alarming from a Man U perspective. Like the reason why you've gone and bought another DM is because you know you can't trust him, and that's blatantly obvious right now. Because for you to have gone this far,
I don't feel his motivation's there anymore either. I don't think he has that same drive that he did when he was at Real Madrid. I don't know. United's a big club, and when he first came, he was doing this thing, but I don't know now. It's just you look at him. He doesn't even. When he makes the mistake, he doesn't feel bothered.
The first 3 games, but the first 3 games, he wasn't poor though. Against Man City, he wasn't poor.
No, he wasn't.
In the first game of Fulham, he wasn't poor, and in Brighton, he wasn't poor.
Yeah, you're right.
He wasn't poor.
No, he wasn't. Everyone was saying he was ready.
But hold on.
He looked trim. So where you're right is we targeted him.
Yeah, but you got
that's the difference.
against Brighton, he's playing. It's James Milner. That's his counterpart. I know James Milner is fit and he can run up and down, but he's 36, man. Let's have it right. He's playing against a Liverpool midfield that's going to be busy. And do you know what I mean? You got to shout at your guy Gravenberch because he
exposed. He had a really good game. Very good game. He's proved. In fact, the whole midfield played really well. When you look at it, because the way he set it up, and the way he exposed Man United as well. I'm not sure if you saw the post-match when they asked him what the difference was between Man United last season and this season, and he literally exposed what Man United did last season to this season, and how they've changed their system, everything. So if you haven't seen it, I advise you to go and watch it. But keeping our two wingers high was a tactic because he knew that Man United would lose the ball and then would be 1-on-1 straight away. Mm-hmm. He even said targeting Casemiro to a degree was one of the options because he knew we lose the ball from there. We're closer to the goal, and all went according to plan. Like you guys said, at first it looked like Man United were doing well, but then it's a feeling out. The way I look at it, these Liverpool players were scarred a bit. We battered Man United 3 games last season. Absolutely battered them. Yeah, and in one game, we lost 4-3 from winning from being 3-2 up. Yeah. And in the other game, 2-2. And both those games, we probably should have scored 5 goals or 6 goals in them. So there was a bit of hesitance I saw from the players. Okay, we're not going to make mistakes this time. And then the same trying to adapt to what Slot wants. And once they understood what Slot wanted, we didn't get out of second gear. I'll be honest.
I think that's what the alarming thing was, is how easy it seemed to be, especially that second half. There didn't really seem to be any fight back from Man U. There was possession, but there was no real threat. You never ever thought that Liverpool were gonna be under pressure or in trouble at all in that game. And it was kind of a bit of a damp squid in the second half, really.
It was over 50 minutes.
Even when Casemiro came off, the changes didn't. It didn't do nothing.
They're bringing on a 20-year-old man. He's not filled out at this level yet, Daryl. So they were just trying. That was collateral damage.
So I have a question for you, then, Lamont. So based on that, you let McTominay go, and
that wasn't. If he
doesn't go, and then you replace Casemiro with McTominay, do you think the game changes slightly?
We have a little bit more of a purpose going forward, for sure. Whether or not he's going to be able to, reinforce the defensive side of things, I'm not too convinced about that because he's more of an attacking centre mid than anything defensive.
You have to remember, though, the reason why they let McTominay go is because they wanted Ugarte. They couldn't sign Ugarte without letting McTominay go. Yeah. And if you're looking at who's the better replacement for Casemiro, Ugarte, or McTominay, then it's Ugarte all day long, innit? So it's just the fact is it took too long. Like he should have been bought. I think they agreed the deal after Euro was signed. So he's been sitting there waiting for you guys to sign him since Euro was signed.
He should have been with us by the beginning of pre-season.
I was happy when you guys hadn't signed him and he registered. I was happy because I know the kind of terrier he is. So would he have made a massive difference? You never know. But I was happy he didn't get the opportunity to prove it.
Yeah, there was a few things though, Jay, because just like, even when it got to the tail end of the game and Xerxes had like 2 chances, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, this could be last season all over again. Like, because honestly, the header for me was more of a chance than the one that he got on the back end, just beside Van Dijk. But realistically, either one of those should have been in the back of the net, if not both. And I feel like, again, the game changes. We might raise our game at that point. But, we're kind of looking for something lucky almost. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's poor. Like, I know it's only 3 games in, and I'm not saying like a whole season is over. No, by any means it's not, because, it's football at the end of the day, and things change overnight. People get injuries, and, you get a run of games and you find form. But in truth, I think United need to look at themselves and say, we were lucky against Fulham. We were lucky against Brighton. And when I say lucky against Brighton, I said, well, when I say lucky, I think we were lucky not to get pumped, yeah? And Liverpool was the waking up. And to be fair, just the last thing, they scored a similar goal just on the other post.
Yeah,
that we conceded against Brighton. It was embarrassing. I said, "What? With no one at the back post again? Really?"
But do you know what was smart about that? I'm not sure if you've seen it. When Jota was making his run, he actually told the players to go there. So he was pointing over his head for both our players to run that direction, while he was forcing your defenders to go both them, and they both tracked him. And it was beautiful to watch in the end. But my last point I'll make is where you guys have fallen down is who was the first signing that Ten Hag wanted?
Well, he didn't get him though, did he? Let's be honest.
Who was the first signing?
What do you mean? What, this season or last season?
No, in general.
Yeah, well, he wanted De Jong from the beginning, from the time he came.
And that was what he wanted, to play football the way he wanted.
Yeah.
And for some reason, his replacement was Casemiro. So he's never been able to do what he wants to do. And I can't for the life of me think why you wanted that style of player and then you haven't gone back to get that style of player. All the bad stuff that's happening since, and your football is still, everyone's still saying it's 2 years and a bit and we don't know how you want to play football. And the style of play you want to play needs that specific player. Why have you guys not gone and done that? So that'll probably be for another day to work out why. But I think it's crazy. You don't have anyone that can control a game.
Yeah.
So how are you going to be elite in any terms if you don't have a footballer that can control the game?
I'm happy for the international break. That's what I got to say.
I find it crazy that we're sitting here where this whole conversation's been about United's frailties, and we haven't really given Liverpool their flowers. But the fact that, like you said, James, they feel like they didn't get out of second gear. Yeah. Maybe we save that for a later date, because
listen, I'll say my last thing. Slot has stepped up. He's come in 3 games, haven't conceded a goal. It's been a perfect start.
Have you got the same team as you did last season? Well, you got a new manager.
When I say he, that's why I said he stepped up. A lot of, there were doubts. Only person that didn't doubt really. Leon's got us.
Well, you've got the same team, the exact same team as you did last season. The only thing you've done is change the manager. Let's not do that, because you've only changed one person, and that's the manager. The ability, the team chemistry, everything is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Liverpool fans were right though, James, because especially when they weren't signing them, Liverpool fans were right. They was worried about having the same team and the exact same squad, and not having that motivation from Klopp and stuff like that, and a new manager. So they were right. But like James said, now it's like 3 matches in, 3 clean sheets, looking solid, and you feel like they haven't even got out of second gear in any of their matches realistically yet. Someone's going to get a hiding from Liverpool at some point.
Yeah, we haven't played the top team yet, so we'll see when that arrives.
Oh my God!
I had to do it. I had to do it. Arsenal versus Brighton. Over to you, Bevan.
Well, yeah, I watched this game. By the end of it, I was livid, man. I was upset. But the first half, I felt like we would have won that game with if we had 11 men on the pitch.
Yeah. Okay.
The first goal, Lewis Dunk. I don't know how he gets bullied. Lewis Dunk gets bullied by Saka like that. He should be ashamed of himself. He redeemed himself in the second half, but he needs to eat his Weetabix, because that was awful. There's no way he should be getting pushed over like that, or pushed out the way like that. And it was a great finish,
bro.
Who? Dunk? Or
Dunk.
That's why he don't play. But and it's a great finish by Kai Havertz. And really, I think in the first half, Arsenal could have been 2-0 up. They could have been out of sight in the first half, really. I think there was moments where we controlled the game for large points. But as soon as we went down to 10 men, it was going to be an uphill battle, because they were Brighton were on the ascendancy, and they were pretty much camped in our half. All I can say is that it was a spirited display by the defence. I will say that the goal that they scored was that was shocking defending. I kind of contradict myself, but that defending was shocking. I don't know how Lewis Dunk has picked up the ball and split the defence like that. Gabriel has got to deal with it, because if Saliba comes across, they're going to run into each other. It's going to look like a calamity. They're going to look like it's it's a clown show, Lauren and Hardy business. So as far as I'm concerned, Minte, he should have been dealt with, and then Raya doesn't have to make the save, and it's a simple tap in for João Pedro. But as I said before, going down to 10 men, we wouldn't have been in that. I think we would have won that game comfortably.
To be fair, Partey didn't really have a good game though. There was a few mistakes in him where I felt like, you know, he's definitely gonna leave you guys a little bit exposed. But just on, I know you were talking about what do you call it, João Pedro and Minta. Don't you feel like they've had a good start to the season? I appreciate they played against a not great United side, but still looking at their desire and just their positive kind of play on the pitch. Don't you feel like they've really hit the ground running?
They have hit the ground running, but I ain't gonna lie to you, Minta. Leon's
mute.
Leon, you're mute. Leon, you're on mute, bro.
And I saw him kiss his teeth as well.
Yeah, I did, bro. Flipping idiot. No, I was saying every time Brighton change their manager, they just keep the wheels turning, man. It doesn't matter who comes in; they seem to have a new lease of life. And you saw last season they kind of faded under what's his name? Forget his name. De Zerbi. He faded. They faded badly, especially after they got knocked out of Europe. But the new manager's come in. He's very young, hasn't got a lot of experience, but he's playing the same Brighton way that we expect to see. And you know, as much as obviously Arsenal last season, I felt like they dealt with Brighton, the way Brighton set up, I felt Arsenal dealt with them quite well last year, and I felt I thought the same thing would happen again, but obviously the red card didn't help matters. But I was impressed with the way that Brighton tried to control the game, and obviously being down to 10 men, you obviously should be in the ascendancy, but Arsenal are our top team, and you wouldn't ever expect it to have been so one-sided after that point. I thought that, you know, Arsenal had to retreat and just kind of protect what they had, but realistically, it was always going to be tough for you to do that.
They had a couple of chances. He had a couple of chances on the counter.
Yeah, I think he should go to back five, though. I don't think he should go back to back five.
I don't think they needed to.
I don't think we needed to.
No, I don't think they needed to either. Yeah.
No,
I don't know. But
you know what?
Go on.
So what would you say? What would you say, Bevan? Like, it felt strange. Like, for me watching it, I was like, that's not the Arsenal mentality that we've been used to recently, in terms of even the fact that he was down to 10 men. I don't know. Was it that they gave Brighton too much respect, or because I still feel that the game was still there for you guys to control and still win if you carried on playing the style that you've been playing towards the end of last season and the start of this season.
I think they just invited pressure, and that's what happens when you invite too much pressure. Yeah. So I don't. It's going to be very difficult to invite that much pressure for 45 minutes or 50 minutes. 50 minutes? That's crazy. But half an hour, whatever else it is.
Why do they invite pressure like that though? Like I don't.
I think partly because they lost the legs in midfield. Because like Rice
does
so much of that running.
Is Rice that important then?
I think to the way they play, yeah, definitely.
100% he is.
They can't rely on Partey.
Yeah, he doesn't get around the pitch that way.
They can't rely on Partey, to be honest with you, because even though he did have a good, I would say, he got injured last season. I think before he got injured, he looked okay, but since he's come back, it's almost like he's still trying to find his motion, if you like. He's still trying to get into gears and all that kind of jazz. But
I don't know about that, because there are a lot of times when Partey does break up play and he does kind of get attacks going. I think his issue sometimes is that his concentration is missing, but he's not.
And
he's
that's
not
where
a
the mistakes drop in.
Yeah, but he's not a complete liability. I
don't think so. I think it's just. I think the tandem of having him and Rice, they complement each other. Thomas Partey is there to break up play. Rice is there to break up play, but also make lung busting runs from defense to attack and be that extra person, that extra pair of legs going forward. And when you don't have that person who does that, who not only moves the ball with passes, also moves the ball by dribbling forward with it,
you lose the ground.
You lose the ground. And Brighton have legs in their midfield. They've got a young team that they got rid of their oldest guy, which is Gross, and now they've flipping replaced him with basically a load of younger players. So, you know, Brighton are always going to cause you problems because they've got so much energy, and they all can, you know, pass the ball. They're all good under pressure. They know how they want to play. So it was always going to be difficult with a man down to deal with that.
You have to give them credit because you look at it, they had two 20-year-olds in that midfield.
Yeah,
because Baleba started, he's 20, Milner came off early, like 17 minutes into the game, and they brought on a 20-year-old to partner him, who's only played Premier League football this season in Ayari. So you give him credit in that regard. But like you guys were saying in terms of going to the back five, it just took everything away. And Trossard is a threat, but I don't know, just go 4-4-1, and Havertz can do that role.
Yeah, you can.
For me, you put Saka left wing, and put Havertz up front, and then bring someone else on in that midfield. I'm trying to look who else you could have brought midfield wise. Jorginho, you bring on Jorginho. It slows it down a bit, but you gain control. And when you've got 10 men, you want control of the ball, and he's one of the best people to control the game.
Jorginho can break the lines as well. He can break the lines. Yeah, he's good at finding passes. So
I think it was a tactical error from Arteta in that game, and we have to give credit to Hertzler because the guy's 31 years old and he's coming to the season. He's unbeaten. He's beaten Man United and he's drawn at the Emirates. But we can't talk about this game without touching on the controversy of the game. Right? Personally, it's a crazy decision, but it's the correct decision. In terms of Rice, it's just a stupid thing to do. Yeah. Yes, you can say other people, but why give the referee a decision by kicking the ball away
when you've already been carded?
Because his argument is it's in a non-threatening position on the pitch. So if that's the case, why are you kicking the ball away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's in a non-threatening position, why are you kicking the ball away for?
Jay, I do think it's the right decision, but I do think there was no consistency in the ref for that for the purpose of, I think it was in the first half. I don't know who. I think it was João Pedro.
But it's different, right? I know what you're gonna say, but it's different. Look at it this way. Yes, he probably should have got a yellow card. But when someone's running down the wing and runs the ball out and boots it, no one was about to pick up the ball. He had the ball at his feet. He booted it. There was no one around him, so he didn't stop someone from doing something. So yes, by letter of the law, he should get a yellow card. I get that. I'm not going to say he shouldn't. But this, where this is different, the ball is in front of him. He is, whether he's meaning to properly take a quick free kick, he's attempted to take a quick free kick, and you have stopped him from doing that.
Hold on, one second.
So it's different.
He wasn't. But listen,
people can say he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Wait, we do know he wasn't because when I was watching it, Ali McCoy said, "Let me get a wider picture of the view. I want to see what happened." There was nobody in front of him. He was kicking the ball to no one.
There's someone in front of him. I can't remember.
There was nobody there to kick it to. There was no one to kick it to.
Good, of course there isn't.
There wasn't.
There was someone directly in front of him. But the way he went to pass it,
it wasn't going to that person.
It wasn't going to that person. You're right.
It wasn't going.
I think Veltman knew what he was doing. And I think he was. It's still right. Yes, it's still Rice's fault.
It's Rice's fault.
Rice kicked the ball like an idiot.
You don't do it.
Veltman knew what he was doing, bro. Let's not get it twisted. Veltman knew what he was doing.
Listen, Van Dijk did the same thing last season.
I don't know if Veltman was trying to use an excuse to try and kick Rice, because that's what it kind of more felt like than kick the ball against him. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but he knew what he was doing. And Rice did some stupidness by kicking the ball away, which was just not necessary. And in the laws of the game, it's a second yellow, and that's the red.
Yeah. Could the referee have handled it differently? Could the referee have gotten both of the game and said, "Stop being stupid, just get on with the game"? Yes. Could you yellow card both of them? Yes. But if he yellow carded both of them, they both would have got sent off anyway. So Rice still would have got sent off.
No, but the ref could have squashed that. There was no need to send anybody off. In the same way, in your first game when Burns has handled the ball, the ref has kind of smirked him and come on, let's be serious, guys. I'm not going to send him off. Yeah. This guy, to me, Kavanagh wanted to be like he wanted this. This gets him spoken about. Why can't he be invisible like McAllister? Like go quietly about your business, bro. There's no need.
Welcome to my world, Bev. I've been having enough of the referees this season myself, mate.
I never agree when people say the referee wants to be centre stage. I just don't see why they want to be centre stage. In a situation like that, how does it help the referee?
Because he
No, but he's getting powers. He's not getting positive.
You know
criticism.
what though?
He's
You know
getting
one thing we
powers.
don't know. You know one thing we don't know is when a ref decides to use common sense and say common sense prevail, we don't know that behind closed doors the referee guy go, nah, you need to send them off for that. You shouldn't have given them a bly because he should have been sent off. Like you have to follow the rules of the game. So you don't know that these discussions aren't happening behind closed doors.
We'll wait until later on in the season when the same thing happens and there's no card given, and then we'll see that.
It'll probably happen next week. Listen, it'll probably happen. But this is football. But at the beginning of every season, we have a moment like this over something where something happens where it shouldn't. It happens every season.
Yeah.
And we're also presuming that these referees have common sense. Let's be honest. Like, not all of them do.
Neither do the players. That's running nicely into the Newcastle Spurs game.
Exactly.
Rice doesn't need to do that, bro.
Because Rice didn't have common sense in that moment. Yeah. You're on a yellow card, but why are you giving the referee a choice to make?
Yeah, I keep on saying in football, it's all about decisions and decision making, mate. And like when you're at that high, I mean, Declan, he knows how important he is to Arsenal. He knows. So on a yellow, and what was his first yellow for again?
For taking someone out, he cleaned out the guy, bro.
And and then you're gonna do something so kind of like almost petulant, just to slip the ball away. I think you're gonna get away with it. And then when he got the yellow card, he was, "What? What did I do? Come on, man! You already know what it is, bro."
And then what's going to happen is another game, a player's going to kick another player, get sent off for it, and be like, "Why are you sending me off, bro?"
Yeah,
that happens too.
Yeah. You just got to hope, that these 3 games that you're going to be missing him for.
That's only one.
It's only one.
It's one.
All right, so
it's a big one though, because
it's important
fans are happy. Yeah,
damn right, I'm happy. That's the best thing that's happened this weekend. The fact that Rice ain't going to play against us.
Yeah.
That goes nicely into the next
game. Daryl. Continue. That's happy because
they probably missing one of the strongest players against a team that just has no common sense like the referees. That's the truth of the matter. I'll let Leon go first because
I don't know why.
You've been missing for a while, Daryl. I need to hear from you.
No, because if I go, Leon ain't gonna get worded edgeways, so I might as well let Leon go.
Cool. Look, man, it was Spurs doing Spursy things as per usual, man. Same. It's just the same thing, different day, man. The one thing the only positive I can take from the game is that we actually played well. We actually played well and should have done enough to at least got something out of the game. But in typical Tottenham style, creating chances, not taking opportunities, making bad decisions in the final third, players not moving into the penalty area so they can be in the box to get across or to receive the ball. And again, defensively, like we're making Joe Linton look like Kevin De Bruyne playing through balls with our defensive line on the halfway line, and the ball's going right through to Murphy and Isak to flipping score. I can't believe that, man. Joe Linton, we were singing Joe Linton's praises about how he gets around the pitch, but we weren't singing his praises about playing no Kevin De Bruyne through balls, bro. I couldn't believe it, but it's typical Tottenham, man. Typical Tottenham, and they're defending again.
That was a great pass. All credit to him, was a great pass. But what the hell Romero's doing? What the hell Romero's doing? I do not know.
And he's supposed to be the vice captain, controlling the back line. What's he doing?
Yeah, and one of the other vice captains. What kind of press is that from Maddison, bro? What kind of stupid press is that? I teach my kids that there's the 3 S's to pressing: shut down, slow down, show down. I don't know what Maddison was doing. He's doing some nonsense. He ran up to him, made Joe Linton look like some superstar, and then Joe Linton then said, "Look, I don't know what Romero's doing there, but just a nice slotted 3 ball to Murphy." And the rest is simple. Like there's no common sense with some of our players in our team. Honestly, attacking wise, it's even worse because this is the style that Andrew wants to play. Yeah, getting it down the wings, getting the crosses in. So the players are doing this. And it's like they're just going through the motions of just crossing the ball in.
They're not looking up first.
Yeah, they're not looking up first. They're not putting the ball into the positions where the player would want it. Then you've got the players that are in the box are not running to the positions that obviously they worked on in training. So the ball's going straight across the box. No one's there. Chances. We had chances.
we saw it all pre-season. When all we were doing was playing the ball right across the goal, so the keeper and the defense, right in between the keeper and the defense, and players were at the back post to tap it in. At no point did anyone make a back post run, bro.
20 shots, 6 on target.
20 shots, 6 on target.
Do you think it was a mistake? Do you think it was a mistake having Kulusevski up front in the first half?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They tried it in pre-season against Bayern, and he scored a couple goals. But at the time, it's pre-season, man. Like the teams aren't playing their best teams. They're doing, experimentation. So him scoring 2 goals against Bayern in a friendly means nothing. When you come in the Premier League and you're playing against top quality defenders, where there's things right on the game, he can't play that role. And I still think that we're forcing this whole trying to play him and Maddison in the same team. Basically, right now, it needs to be one or the other. If Kulusevski going to play on the right, then you can have Maddison there. But they both can't be occupying this number 10 position because it doesn't work. One of them needs to be out, and you just to play players with pace on the right, because the reason why Kulusevski's lost his mojo is because he doesn't have pace. He's not been able to beat players. So all he keeps doing is cutting inside and trying to do the same thing. Everyone knows what he wants to do. He's not Arjen Robben, who can just put the ball on his left peg at an instant. And exactly, but he can't do that. He doesn't have the same quickness. So for me, Kulusevski being found out, he needs to either play the 10, but you can't play him and Maddison. And to me, Maddison hasn't been good since he came back from injury all last year. He was upset about coming out of the England squad, but he deserved to come out of the England squad. To me, he needs to buck up his ideas again. And it's the same thing that happened when he was at Leicester. He went there, thought he was Billy Big Bollocks, and then Brendan Rodgers told him about himself, and then he fixed up, said, "Oh, you need to contribute more," and he did. But it's the same thing again, man. Just all starting off well, and players just not doing their jobs. And to me, like, Ange has got a lot of work to do, man. Like, obviously, it's still early in this transition, and on face value, it looks great football, and it's entertaining for everyone to watch. But if we don't get 3 points and we don't achieve our goals, which is to win a trophy, then it means nothing. It's the same thing as playing Conte way and not winning. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
So what should your starting 11? So what should your starting 3 should have been, in your opinion?
What in the forward line?
Yeah, who should have started the front 3?
I would have gone with Werner on the left, Son in the middle, and Odegaard on the right. Because I haven't had enough faith in Brennan Johnson to have started him. When he comes on as a substitute, fine. But to me, we needed pace against Newcastle, like especially with the way that their defense is. We needed pace. When you're playing away from home, you need pace. You need to be a threat going forward. And I felt like that would have been the best option. And then we could have made changes and brought on Kulusevski and brought on Brennan Johnson if we needed to. But not starting. I understand, like, from a physical point of view, why they didn't start in the middle, but he just played Everton, and as bad as Everton are physically, someone had no prayer physically against those two. So he could have easier played in the same way in this game.
They had that Dan Burn and Kraft. So it's not even like you have guys that generally play left back and right back.
Exactly. So to me, what they shouldn't have done. I mean, we don't really play with a target man anyway because of the way we play football. So it wouldn't have been like we would be just launching long balls. So someone would have had to have done that. All he had to have done is use his movement to get himself into space and make sure he's available to play 1-2s and.
Drag him out position.
Yeah, do you think Richarlison could have done the business if he started?
He's injured, bro.
He's injured.
He's injured. Both of our strikers are injured, bro. And that's the problem. And we signed a man for 65 mil and he's injured. Sorry, Darryl, your turn.
I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that I think Ange seemed to overthink it because both our strikers are out injured. It's like he's overthinking now what to do with Son and the players that are there now, and he's not made the right decisions. Like, should have just played Son as the forward player, like we did last season, and like you said, had pace wide, and then had obviously Maddison as the 10, and then a strong midfield. And if we had started like that, maybe the chances would have come to Son. Maybe Son would have been in the right positions, and we could have been more effective than 6 shots on target out of 20. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Generally, if you see what we're doing in the final third, passing left, right, across the box, not penetrating into the box. It's ridiculous. And then when we do get the breakaways, where Johnson's beat a man or Kulusevski's beat a man on the wings, they're running down into the space and they're not looking up and getting the crossing. There's twice in the second half, and people say that Brendan Johnson came on and he was the most effective player for us. Yeah, because he got in behind. But that's all good getting in behind. If you don't look up, because there's twice where he got in behind and Son was one-on-one with the man in the box. Now, if you whip a crossing early, you're either going to force the defender have to react to it and deal with it, or if you've done a good enough pass, Son's got to tap in. But he's carried on running all the way to the bar line. He's given other players time to get back. And then when he's crossed the ball, he's not even played it to where Son is. He's not even looked up. It's just, there's no, in the final third and our final decision making, it is poor. And that's why out of 20 chances, we've only had 6 on target. We've only scored 1, and we've ended up losing the game that we've dominated. But it's the same thing. The same thing that was happening towards the end of last season, and it's the same thing that happened against Leicester. So it's just like Leon said, it's the same thing, different day, and it's starting to get boring. And like you said, it doesn't matter whether we're playing attacking football. Yeah, okay, great. We're playing attacking football. Fans are happy. It's exciting, this and ever. But unless you're getting 3 points, unless you're challenging, unless you're competing for trophies, what is the difference? There's no difference.
Okay, come on, Baron. You want to say something?
No, I was going to ask about the goals, actually. The goals you conceded. What one, was it the first one or the second one that you think was worse? Because, I don't know, in the first one, I fell asleep like the defence did. And
wow, he's there, boy.
No. It's spot on. We always fall asleep for goals that we concede. It's always someone that's had a lack of concentration, someone not following a player's movement. It always happens. Like the amount of goals you'll see us concede, and the man is free. Vardy, free as a bird, free as an absolute bird. Harvey Barnes, free as a bird. Newcastle, on their second goal, they have 2 men literally running side by side that they can flip in, pass it, square it, and tap in.
Can I ask you a question? Where was Van der Ven?
Van der Ven was injured, bro.
Injured as well. Wow.
Yeah. Our argument you could say is that Romero's at fault for both of them, realistically, not being in the right place or in the right position for the situation. And that's twice he did that. I think Maddison, personally, he makes that easy. He makes it light work easy for Joe Linton. And I'll be honest with you, at that point of the game, we'd given them so much trouble and had so many chances, but you could start to see certain players were getting tired, and Maddison was tired at that point. And that was closing down and trying to get to Joe Linton. That was the signs of a tired player. So Andrew needs to start thinking about if things ain't going correctly and we're missing the chances, switch it up and change it.
Make it the right time. We always say this, bro. Every manager we have, make the changes at the right time. We never seem to make changes at the right time. I don't get it. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. I was at this game, actually. West Ham versus Man City. And
what was you doing there, bro?
I got offered to see if I wanted to come. So why not? So let's watch a game of football. It's actually... West Ham weren't actually that bad, if I'm to be honest with you. I was watching it, and they were on top, and then all of a sudden Haaland scores, and you're like, that's just Haaland. Doesn't touch the ball, then he scores. Then they equalise, and you think, it's actually going all right. Well done, West Ham. You know, your fans are singing, forever blowing bubbles, and balloons are going everywhere. And then they start to squeeze. De Bruyne starts getting on the ball.
That second goal, man.
Yeah.
The interplay between the 3 players on the edge of the box was ridiculous.
And I was like, that finish was almost like kids against an adult, and he looked like the adult. The way he just buried it in the top corner, because I think they asked him what was your favourite goal. He said that was his favourite goal, and it was just so clinical. And then I felt bad because I was sitting there in the second half, and I was like, I said to the person I was with, I said, Haaland hasn't touched the ball in the second half, you know. And then they passed him the ball, and then he scored, literally. I said, he hasn't touched the ball, and a bang. And the West Ham fan was sitting next to me, was like, My bad. My bad.
Do you know what though? The thing is, you could see Haaland was hungry. Like he was getting frustrated, but you could see he was hungry. And as soon as that chance comes, you knew he was going to put it away.
Yeah,
you knew he was going to put it away.
The through ball wasn't even that great as well, and he made the most of it, bro.
And you know the crazy thing is, like that was just as West Ham was starting to get back into it and put pressure onto them again, and you're like, game done. That was it.
I'm gonna be honest though, yeah, we've all got a problem. All, because at the minute they're not playing Rodri,
and Foden's not played yet.
No Foden.
And them men are just racking up goals like it ain't nothing. And Haaland, I keep on calling him the Winter Soldier because
it's a great nickname, bruv.
It's clear as day.
No emotion, bruv. Just anger.
You know when they used to call Steve Austin the Bionic Redneck?
Yeah.
He's like the Bionic Norwegian.
Yeah.
Like $6 million man.
Yeah, for real. So when them and they come and they've got their full strength side, I think Pep's probably looking for his last hurrah, and I do believe he's looking to dominate all competitions this coming season before he leaves.
He's been sending some proper coded messages.
Yeah,
I don't care about winning the Premier League. I don't care about all this. It's the players. It's just for the players. And I'm like, okay, Pep.
Yeah, Pep looks like he's out here to have fun this year, bro. He looks like he's out here to have fun. Says go on, you man, express yourself. Don't worry.
He's just got Kovac and Lewis just playing centre mid like normal.
Yeah,
great player. Give him a go. What? These stakes are high, you know. Don't get me wrong, he's quality. I'm not trying to.
He rates Lewis highly. He said he's one of the best players he's ever coached.
And I'm going to be honest to you, when you watch him play,
does that to players though. He makes them feel when he likes a player, he makes them feel like $1 million.
There you go. But he does look like a player. Like he literally is playing for Pep, doing exactly what he wants him to do.
I'll tell you what's impressive as well. His work rate.
Massive.
Always.
I see that boy lose the ball, and he got up quick.
And chased all the way back.
I was like, okay, that's like you trying to make sure you keep your spot and keep Pep happy, bro.
Yeah, man. Kyle Walker's just jamming on the bench right now. So, boy.
Again, Kyle Walker as well. You see what I'm saying? There's so many. They've got a little bit of a chest there, a treasure chest. When they start to open that, there's some problems because I don't think anybody's team here has got the depth. I mean, only Chelsea, but Chelsea. They don't look like they're. I mean, they don't look like they're gonna.
Chelsea got players. They haven't got.
We can move on to that one now. Actually. So
they got no cohesion.
1-1. What you saying? You don't think Arsenal got the depth, no?
What the depth? What Man City depth?
No, but to challenge the way they're saying.
Arsenal's got depth in defence, bro. They
got
defenders.
Wait, hold on. We got defenders, but we sold about 6 attackers. Didn't buy no attackers. Didn't buy no attackers.
Yeah, Arsenal know they ain't winning the league this season. Them men are just playing for fun this year.
I don't know anyway. Let's not go into that, but yeah, you sell all those attackers and don't replace them.
It don't make no sense.
They must. Yeah, and they I don't know what they're expecting from Saka. They must be giving him injections all season long to numb the pain.
You got Sterling.
Yeah. And we got Sterling, but I'm saying that in terms of Man City, okay, Man City have only got Haaland up front, but then they got
injured. They could be in trouble though.
They could be in trouble, but then they've got Savinho, who looks like Mahrez. Then they got Doku, who could turn into somebody on his day. He could be anybody. And
Grealish.
He looked good. He got injured again.
Did he?
Savinho's injured. He came off injured. I saw right in front of me.
He actually looked good.
He was on the floor
as well,
and he was holding something, and he wasn't happy for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then he went off. Savinho was supposed to be in the squad. He wasn't in the squad at all, so he's got to be injured or something. So hopefully,
it's going to be a long season.
I don't want career-ending injuries, but hopefully,
Well, I was hoping that when you two play each other, you could take each other out, and then. We just
leave the door open.
Leave the door open. Winning the league, even if there was 2 teams playing, bro.
I was starting to sense that James is starting to get a bit confident down there, isn't he?
Listen, I said we should be talking about Chelsea anyway, but my problem is injuries. If we don't get injuries, then I'm confident. But
that's everyone.
We're known for it though. The guys, we have important players that don't have enough cover. That if they get injured, then we're finished.
You know the funny thing is, the only team that don't have to worry about injuries is Chelsea.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
They have 0 worries. 0.
Well, they got worries.
Bro, they can only register 25 for the Premier League, you know.
Yeah.
Even if they're 44 players, they can only register 25.
But the thing is, but how many of them are young enough? They might have some kids there that they've bought.
There is. They bought 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds and leaving them in Ecuador and thing, bruv.
No, so before we go, we'll talk about the Chelsea Crystal Palace briefly because Eze scored a fantastic equaliser.
Yeah, man.
Jackson responding to Mikel again after he told him to shut up. So Mikel was like, "Listen, if you carry on scoring goals, I don't need to talk about you." So, which is a fair enough point.
Yeah, very true.
You're going.
No, I was going to say, Nico Bagman Jackson scored again.
Bagsman, yeah?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm missing it. I'm being facetious. Brother, listen. I saw the tap-in, bro. I saw it. I could have scored that. What are we doing here?
Nico Bagman Jackson.
Bro, did you see the time when he was through on goal? Oh, my days. My guy didn't even get a shot off, brother. What is he doing?
It's all right. Cole Palmer's going to sweat him to like 15 goals this season.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's in terms of they're disappointed because you look at expected goals 2.37 to Palace's 0.54, 63% possession. They should be winning that game.
Yeah.
After
one thing you can see that Maresca's already started to implement his style of football with them though quickly. Yeah. And obviously it's not that much different from Poch. Like the way they were playing last season, it was good football. So I think it was more about just solidifying who their number ones were going to be in their starting lineup and getting that cohesion.
They need to play what do you call it? French guy. I forget his name
Christo.
now. No, striker. Nkunku. They need to play Nkunku as a false nine and then rotate him with Felix. Listen, we might be wrong on Nicholas Jackson, but I think if they want to achieve something, they've got to get the best out of Nkunku because he should be a sub.
Let's see if he can stay injury-free. That's the problem for him.
Yeah.
We all know how good he is.
I don't think
he's been there.
Can play as
injured.
a false nine in their system, though. Not in their system because they play with 10. You only play false nine when you got that extra play midfield. Yeah, exactly. So they're occupying the same space. I think he's going to find it difficult to find a place in this team because of Cole Palmer. Realistically, I think if Cole Palmer was playing on the wings, it would be different. But he doesn't, and his best football is playing on 10. He's already proved how important he is to them. So
they better pray that nothing happens to him. They better pray Cole Palmer stays fit. But I think, as James said last week, Chelsea's problem is going to be in defence. They're gonna be great going forward, but I think they're also going to concede because they should have been out. Yeah,
there's no leadership. You're right. There's no like real stand-up guy that you say, that's like. There's no like Van Dijk, that's your main guy, or Romero, or Saliba, or whoever man you've got. There's no real guy.
Just give me the light. You don't remember that? The
man got subbed off to save himself, bro. After trying to maim Luis Diaz.
Someone forgot to pay the light bill.
Yeah.
No, but you know when you have that centre back where you have the goalkeeper triangle, the goalkeeper and the two centre backs, and that's your solid triangle. They don't have that.
Yeah.
Because none of them are elite.
Not even that. You don't trust any of them. Let's be real. Like Sanchez is the least trustworthy out of the three, to be honest with you, because I was surprised they got rid of Petrovic because I thought he was good for them last year. I thought when he came in, he done well. But
it's the whole good of your feet business that sometimes just ruins the whole fact that you're supposed to save a ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Onana knows about that.
Yeah, boy. But
now, talk about Onana. Quick on Onana, James. That last Salah goal. I heard people saying that Onana should save that. Like,
brother, he was in the wrong position.
Listen, there's nothing that he done with the eyes. Onana's expecting him to go. A lot of the time, when you're in that position, you go across the goal. You go the way the ball came from, innit? And Salah was like, nope, that space is there, I'm taking it. A lot of strikers would have gone to the left
was
to the left
in
of the
wrong position.
But why was he in the wrong position? He was in the wrong position because of the way you
he wants to be the quarterback. He doesn't want to be a goalkeeper at the minute.
Yeah, but because of the way you lost the ball, when's he got time to get in the right positional place?
It's called being on your toes.
To be fair,
Shuffle to the left, bro.
Bruv, bodied. Minor got bodied near the halfway line. He had time to get back in position, bro.
That's my point.
It was near the halfway line, so he had time.
Man.
He's just not good at that.
Bro, I need to stop watching NFL, bro.
Catalog.
He needs to stop watching NFL and start watching some of the flipping football in Premier League classics, bruv, and know what keepers about. Schmeichel and Van der Sar and them man there, they'll teach him a thing or two. Just watch 5-minute clips. That's it.
Bruv, the memory that will live with me is last year when Awani scored and he ran at him and my man just fell on the floor. And Awani did the softest dummy, bruv. A man fell on the floor and then passed it into an empty net, pretty much. So that's the levels, unfortunately, which aren't very high. So it's been a good show. I know Lamont is here under duress, so we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate.
I'm stressed, bro.
You know, that's why I said if we could record late, innit? I was making sure you weren't trying to escape.
I know. I tried to skip this one.
Everyone chimed in, brother. Everyone chimed in. He's like,
no, you're coming to that. I'm like,
no, you can't miss this one.
I think you got off lightly. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think James is quite humble. Yeah, James is quite humble.
Much, bro. I did enough in the WhatsApp chat. That's
cool. You did.
Man, I'm sending him hella memes.
I've got one more. Don't worry. But cool. Yeah. Thanks, guys. It's been a good show. Full house. Good to see you all.
Yeah, man.
As always.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for liking. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. You can go on our X page. It's at Armchair Pundits, Instagram at Armchair Pundits Podcast, and TikTok armchair.pundits to catch all our shorts. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
See you later.
Peace out.
Later.